Canada's stock car heroes have returned to the province of Quebec. Today, it's round number 4 of the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series here at Circuit ICAR for the Ecko Unlimited 100.
In the first 3 races of the season, 3 winners have emerged. Gary Clute raced through the smoke to capture his first NASCAR victory, while the Team 3 red Chevy of Jason Hathaway showed his prowess on the short tracks. Then Tagliani dominated the last time out at Sunset. Now we arrive at ICAR, where Andrew Ranger has owned this airport speedway, winning the last 3 years in a row. From the International Center of Advanced Racing, located in Mirabel, Quebec, this is the Ecko Unlimited 100. It's the 4th race of the 2015 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, presented by Mobil 1. And welcome to a beautiful afternoon here at Circuit ICAR. I'm Dave Bradley, along with Adam Ross and Spencer Lewis and Tanya Bodin, both trackside. Adam, the 3 road courses we visit seem to all have different characteristics. CTMP is a traditional road course cut into the hillside, while Trois-Rivières is a street course. How would you define ICAR?
Dave, it's a 3.4-kilometer, 16-turn road course carved out of the runways and taxiways of the Mirabel Airport. It's flat, but it has technical flair to it. There's 2 karting tracks. There's the off-road course. It's quite a facility.
And when you think of ICAR, you think of one name, and that's Andrew Ranger. The French-Canadian ace owns the track record here. He's won 3 times, leading 60% of the overall laps. But today, he may have a run for his money. With more, here's Spencer Lewis.
That's right, Dave. Alex Tagliani has been a man on a mission as of late. At Sunset Speedway, he was nothing short of dominant, becoming the first driver in series history to lap the entire field en route to his 2nd career NASCAR victory. Here at Circuit ICAR, the story's been much of the same. He spent a multitude of time atop the practice charts yesterday en route to setting pole speed in his number 18 machine. Alex, as we get set for the Ecko Unlimited 100, I got to ask, what's the strategy for this afternoon?
Well, I think the biggest thing here for the EpiPen CGI Royal Bell car is to keep our stuff until the last 5 laps. That's going to be key. The car was not super clean yesterday in qualifying, so we're a bit concerned. But obviously, we're on a roll. The 22 racing team has done a great job. The crew is behind us, so let's keep it up so they're motivated. And a picture for Twitter.
They have it. One of the most popular drivers in the series, especially here in Quebec. You see the mob scene around this number 18 car. The fans would be very happy to see the EpiPen right at the front of the field. But another driver that's very popular in Quebec, especially here at Circuit ICAR, is Mr. Mopar himself, Andrew Ranger, the number 27. He's been an expert here in the past. He's won at 10 of the 18 road course events in NASCAR Canadian Tire Series history. Looking to get back to the front, he will roll off 2nd. Andrew, you've been so good here in the past. What is it about this facility that just allows you to work your craft and stay at the front?
You know what? It's a fun circuit. I really feel comfortable sliding a little bit everywhere. So the car is fast, so I hope to do well today. I think it's got to be a challenge race, so the goal is to be patient.
You were very close to the pole speed yesterday. What's the strategy for the Ecko Unlimited 100? Will you allow Tagliani in the 18 car to lead some laps, or are you looking to get after him right away?
No, you know what? It's like I say, I want to be patient. I want to be there at the end, and our goal is to finish the race first. And if we can win, we really appreciate it. But you know what? If we can finish in top 3, I'd be very happy.
Guys, I don't need to tell you that no one does atmosphere quite like the fans in Quebec, and the roof will blow off this place if Andrew Ranger can go back to victory lane at Circuit ICAR. Another driver to keep an eye on is track owner Eli Arsenault. He knows the pathway around this speedway, but has yet to finish the event. Keep an eye on the strategy of the number 03. In the number 74 is Kevin Lacroix. He's shown some speed despite being a series rookie and could be a driver to keep an eye on. And finally, freshman Gary Clute, in the midst of a tremendous rookie campaign, will also look to put that CTL number 59 at the front of the field here this afternoon.
And of course, Gary Clute was the points leader to start the season, now sitting just 4 points behind Jason Hathaway. Scott Steckley and DJ Kennington both lurking inside the top 5.
Both Steckley and Hathaway still looking for their first road course win. They both like ICAR, but look how far back Hathaway started.
He's got a lot of work to do. With more on a points leader, let's send it down to Tanya.
Thanks, Dave. Jason, you kind of are not known for your well qualification, but you joke around about the hard charger money. What's your game plan for the short race today?
Well, definitely get the hard charger money if we can do that, but hopefully we can put ourselves up in the top 10 and get through the day nice and clean and move on to Edmonton.
Well, I'm telling you guys, we have to look this guy work his way through the top.
We'll let the drivers finish up their autograph session. When we return, they'll be strapped in. We'll be ready for the green flag. NASCAR Canadian Tire Series from Circuit ICAR is brought to you by Castrol Edge. Make your engine titanium strong. By Carrosier Pro Color, a proud member of CSN Collision Centers, the largest national network across the country. And by Mopar, authentic performance.
It's an exciting starting grid. Kevin Lacroix in row number 2 in the 74, alongside Eli Arsenault. Let's get it started with Quebec movie and music star Caroline Néron.
And the roar comes alive here in Mirabel, Quebec, just outside of Montreal. Good look at Alex Tagliani, and there is Andrew Ranger, who has dominated this place. That man right there, Eli Arsenault, he's an instructor here. He teaches how to get around. You know he's in for a good race today. We'll ride aboard the 76 of Jeff Lapsevich back in the Tim Hortons Dodge, and there is last year's champion, the WeatherTech.ca number 47 of LP Dumoulin.
Jason Hathaway, we're on board. What a view this will give us. 19th on the starting grid today.
Now let's take a look at your Leland starting lineup. As we mentioned, Tagliani and Ranger, a couple of old foes leading things off in the front row. Eli Arsenault and Kevin Lacroix, as you mentioned, in row number 2.
It stays exciting here in the third row. Gary Clute has had a phenomenal season so far, and defending champion LP Dumoulin. Row number 4 sees 3-time champion Scott Steckley in the 22 and Rookie of the Year contender Marc-Antoine Cameron.
Looking back to row number 5, Alex Labbé in the 36. Kerry Mix back behind the wheel of the 02. There's DJ Kennington in the 17 and Jeff Lapsevich, as we mentioned, in the 76.
Row number 7 is Jean-Francois Dumoulin in the 04 and the 95 of Anthony Simoni. In the 8th row, we've got veteran Trevor Siebert in the 69 and hockey star Patrice Brisebois in the 71.
Back another row to row number 9, Joey McComb in the 25. Matthew Scannell is in the 56 Dodge. There is your points leader, Jason Hathaway in the 3, and Dave Courcelle drives the 94.
Row number 11, Simon Dion Vienne in the 37 and Ray Jr. Quartermanche in the 29. And rounding out the field from Sherwood Park, Alberta, it's Erica Thiering in the 72.
Fantastic field of race cars. And if the opening road course race at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, we've seen the ovals. The last 2 races have been on ovals, but the first road course race of the year was super exciting, so we're in for a good one here.
There's so much talent in the field, Dave, and the equipment is so good. From practice to qualifying, I've never seen things so close.
And Adam, take us through the E3 Spark Plugs race analysis.
We're going to go 30 laps this afternoon. It's 100 kilometers in distance, 16 turns, and 3.4 kilometers is the racetrack. And Andrew Ranger, the driver to beat. He's won 3 of the 4 races held here at ICAR.
Good shot riding on board the Fast Eddie Racewear, number 3 of Jason Hathaway. There's a good look at the pace car for the season. The Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat, and over 700 horsepower. Oh, what fun that is. And there are a couple interesting storylines we'll be following over the course of the day. Let's check back in with Spencer Lewis for today's Leland lead up to the green. Spencer?
Thanks, guys. The story that's dominated the pit area so far this weekend has been the track conditions. It's greasy, it's slick, and it's looking like it might be tough to pass here this afternoon. What that means is it's going to beat up your brakes, and it could impact the strategy of some of our front runners. On the fan side, the story that's dominated is the return of the number 71. Patrice Brisebois is with us for the first time in 2015. The former Montreal Canadiens player is a local legend, and the fans are happy to have him back with us at the Ecko Unlimited 100.
And the field lines up 2 by 2. Again, those drivers will keep an eye on over the course of this race, but it's time to get down to business. You see the field bunching up as we're looking for NASCAR starter Sean Gibbs to wave the green flag. It'll be a tight start. We got a car around it. It is Brisebois right before the green, but we're going racing anyway.
Oh, what a tough break for Brisebois. He's going to have some catching up to do. Side by side through the hairpin. If Ranger can get to the outside, he's got some position on Tagliani.
Possibly one of the most exciting turn 1s in all of racing in Canada. A hairpin to start this race. You see Brisebois has refired. He'll tag onto the tail of the field. But speaking of tag, he's the man in front in the 18 EpiPen Chevy.
Ranger playing some defense. He's got Lacroix and Arsenault right behind him. One thing about Patrice Brisebois, Dave, he qualified about half a dozen spots better than he practiced. Things were going his way for sure.
That's unfortunate. They'll hope for an early caution in this one to be able to get caught back up. But on board now with the Mopar Dodge of Andrew Ranger.
Love that sound, Dave. You can see Ranger got a little bit loose there. So the car, a bit of a handful for Andrew Ranger, and Tagliani's opened up a few car lengths on the Mopar 27.
Well, you heard Spencer talking about it. The track is probably going to be the biggest challenge here today. Not only is it slick, and there isn't a lot of rubber built up on it yet, but it is a concrete surface. So that'll take some time to build that rubber into it. Both Kevin Lacroix and Andrew Ranger as both play a little dance with the pedals on their Dodge Challengers, still chasing the Chevrolet of Alex Tagliani.
That's a pretty cool shot. If you follow the series, you may not be familiar with Kevin Lacroix, a very good road course racer from Quebec, and you are familiar with that race car. That is the former J.R. Fitzpatrick road course car.
And if you remember back to race number 1, his only other start in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, he qualified well near the front of the field, unfortunately caught up in an early skirmish, and that left him well down the order. Unfortunately, a rough day to start his NASCAR Canadian Tire Series career, but so far keeping clean and chasing a couple good people to chase. If you can follow in the footsteps of Andrew Ranger on this circuit, you're going to do all right.
Look at LP go to work in his office. A little bit of work with the shifter. You see those eyes glance over to the rearview mirror. Make sure there's no surprises coming from behind. Last year at this time, LP was already talking points racing. Remember, he had that battle with Alex Guinnett, and he didn't want to push it. Look at Lacroix to the inside.
And he will outrank the Mopar Dodge of Andrew Ranger. Ranger will hold it to the outside, cut back down on the inside, but he'll have to tuck in behind the Uni-Select number 74 of Kevin Lacroix.
Beautiful pass by Lacroix. Nice job by Ranger not to lose any more spots. We were talking about LP Dumoulin, though. Last year, this time, he was already points racing. He says, Adam, I wish I could points race this year. They've got to take some chances. So watch for Dumoulin at the 47 to create some excitement.
Really haven't had the best start to the season. And his history here at ICAR has been pretty good. Never finished outside the top 5. His best, though, only 3rd. So he'll have to find some speed to catch this lead group. Look at Gary Clute, the CTL Financial number 59, hanging on in 5th place.
And Clute is just so impressive. We can't say enough about this rookie who comes into the season. You know what I love? He's not cocky, but he's got all the confidence in the world. Yeah, it's another day at the racetrack. Let's go try to get a win. You're talking about a place that's dominated by Andrew Ranger with road course racers in front of you that know exactly what they're doing. But Gary Clute, yeah, let's go after this one.
Exactly. And you ask him how good is the car going to be today? He's like, well, I guess we're going to soon find out, aren't we? He straps in, and he does. He has a great time anytime he straps into his Chevrolet. And right here, he's having a great time and a pretty good run as we ride on board with Kevin Lacroix.
Kevin Lacroix starting to stalk Tagliani. What a beautiful view from inside these race cars. And you can see this is flat as a board. There is no elevation change at ICAR.
Well, you got to think planes were landing here not too many years ago, so it's great for straightaways, great for runways, but as far as getting elevation changes, you're going to be searching far and wide to get those here at Circuit ICAR, but it does make for an interesting race. It is very much. There are 2 karting tracks, as you mentioned, on this facility, and this is much like a big go-kart track. That's the way it races, doesn't it?
To me, it's like a giant playground. You can see everything because it's flat.
Whoa, we got a change for the lead, and Lacroix gets into the back of the 18 of Alex Tagliani, and looks like Ranger goes through to a change for the top 2 positions.
Tagliani got way up out of the groove, fortunate to get down in front of Eli Arsenault, and Kevin Lacroix leads his first lap in the Canadian Tire Series.
They were close. I don't know if they actually did make contact. We'll have another look on board. Kevin Lacroix.
Lacroix to the inside.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good touch. Oh, nice job of not going around himself.
Watch again. And what's the car control from Alex Tagliani not to go around?
Contact made there, Tagliani sideways, Lacroix sideways. That reminds me a lot of the move Ranger made on Tagliani in the very first year of this event that Robin Buck wound up winning.
And this time Alex Tagliani hangs on to third spot. Now chasing the 27 Mopar Dodge of Andrew Ranger in second, but this is your new race leader. Kevin Lacroix, no stranger to winning, but he's never done it in a full-bodied stock car. He is your race leader 4 laps in. 26-year-old Kevin Lacroix from Saint-Eustache, Quebec leads the Ecko Unlimited 100 here at Circuit ICAR. Alex Tagliani currently running third, holding off Eli Arsenault, who's a racing coach here at ICAR. Now, Alex and the NASCAR community embraced a special guest here this weekend. 14-year-old Jonathan Pitre from Russell, Ontario. This amazing young man suffers from a rare and painful skin condition.
I had the chance to meet Jonathan here at the Circuit ICAR, and I give them a ride. And since I met him, you know, I was very touched. And I think that even though it's really difficult, you know, as an individual to do something, you know, make him feel good and give him like a great time for a day. But most importantly, like the lesson is just live your life with the highest level of appreciation. Don't sweat the small stuff. I know you love cars as well, so hopefully, you know, you can be happy with your new collection. Once you know what he's going through every day, I think that's just the least amount of respect that you could give to life.
And if you've seen the documentary here on TSN, you know what a brave young man that is.
A big hockey fan, and he looks to learn a sport to a great extent. And then once he's learned it, he looks to learn a new sport. He says, maybe racing is the next sport I want to understand a little bit better.
Yeah, sometimes we call these drivers heroes. That young man right there is a hero in my eyes. There is Alex Tagliani once again just ahead of the 0-3 of Eli Arsenault as they chase the 27 of Andrew Ranger. And your race leader is the 74, the rookie, Kevin Lacroix. Take a look back through the field just a little bit. The 56 Omvik Dodge of Matthew Skiddell having a decent run once again. And there's J.F. Dumoulin in the 0-4, fresh off his first top 5.
You know, they're not having the great run they wanted to have. There's our points leader, Hathaway. So I joked with JF before the race that you want to go back to an oval like Sunset where you're more comfortable after a top 5 in the last race.
Of course, known as a road race ace coming into this season. He didn't know how well he'd do on the ovals, but he's really taken to them like a fish to water. This Ranger, Tag, Arsenault, and Clute. That's your top 5. Last year's champion, the 47 of Dumoulin. As we take a look back further through the field, there's Kerry Mix in the Leland 0-2 having a decent run once again here today.
And there's J.F. Dumoulin. Excited about the Western trip coming up with a couple of oval races, Dave.
Rafoid, 99, a Rookie of the Year contender. The Jostens Rookie of the Year contender, Marc-Antoine Cameron. Once again, having a great run on a road course. That's where he is most comfortable. Again, another one of those big question marks every time we visit an oval.
Great view out the back of the LP Dumoulin WeatherTech Canada number 47. This group of 3 hanging back just a little bit from those lead 5 cars pacing themselves, Dave.
Battle for 6th spot. You see the 22 Canadian Tire Dodge of Scott Steckley. He is so hungry every time we go to a road course. Still searching for that very first road course win. Can it come today? He's got to find some speed in that Dodge Challenger.
He's got a little ways to go, but the conversation I heard among the veterans in the series, Dumoulin, Steckley, they don't think the leaders can run this pace for the entire race. They believe over the course of 30 laps, that lead group will come back to them in the time they're running per lap.
And if history has taught us anything here at Circuit ICAR, especially on a day when the track is slick, these big cars are starting to slide around a little bit. You see Kevin Lacroix banging off those rumble strips, especially on quarter exit. Those could take its toll on the tires. We've seen it before, tires being cut down, especially late. Not often we get many caution periods in this race. It's more of a sprint. We'll see if that continues here today, but Kevin Lacroix, the point man early on. Lacroix continues to lead the field here in the Ecko Unlimited 100. I'm Dave Bradley. Along with me in the booth is Adam Ross. Spencer Lewis and Tanya Beaudin are patrolling the pits, and there you see And you hear Eli Arsenault has caught the 18 of Alex Tagliani, but we're hearing no power steering for the driver of the 18.
That would be a long day here at ICAR. 16 turns, 30 laps. That's 480 corners. You got to muscle this big stock car around without power steering. I don't know if anyone could do that, Dave.
Good look at the Castrol Edge Dodge, the 17 of DJ Kennington chasing the 10th place driver, the 02 Leland Ford Fusion of Kerry Mex as we ride on board the Tim Hortons Dodge of Jeff Lapsevich.
Jeff's running in the 12th spot. They suffered a fuel leak during qualifying. They found that, thankfully, after qualifying and got that rectified. But, Dave, at any point in the history of this series, this could be a battle for the lead. Instead, they're battling for 10th.
It really is. And Lapsevich, of course, has made way in that seat for his young son, Caden Lapsevich, to get some laps in the Canadian Tire Series. But look at the front and the lead that Kevin Lacroix has built up.
That's hard for me to believe that someone can drive away from Andrew Ranger on this course. Now, Ranger did say in practice he wasn't happy with the Mopar Dodge. He wanted some adjustments made, but still, that's an impressive drive.
Battle for 6th position now as Scott Steckley takes a peek underneath the 47 of LP Dumoulin. They are still chasing the 59 of Gary Clune on board LP.
I love watching the body roll and the dive of these race cars. When they break to go into the corner, Scott Steckley's number 22, that front bumper just about bounces off the racetrack, and that's what they want. Get it sealed off so there's no air getting in.
And from that camera shot, too, you can hear the throttle control from LP Dumoulin. He's just playing with that throttle. He's not matching it hard. He's trying to make those Goodyear Eagles hook up to this concrete surface.
That's where every driver that comes to our series says they really have a lot of fun. There's so much horsepower. A lot of them come from racing series where the cars handle better, sports cars, open wheel cars. But you really have to have some control with your right foot on the throttle to control one of these cars.
Right on board with LP Dumoulin now. As he lowers it into the corner, Steckley in hot pursuit, still nose to tail. Battles happening all throughout this speedway, but nobody able to touch this man so far, the Uni-Select number 74 of Kevin Lacroix. Now, if you remember to last year in that race with Alex Gannett and the 27 of Andrew Ranger, he let Gannett go in the early going. Young driver, eager to go out and get his first win. He says, I'll wait, let him burn off his tires, and I'll catch him in the late going, and that's exactly what he did. I wonder if that's the same plan here today.
Well, it very well may be. When Andrew came to the series in 07, he was a young lion. Now he's an older lion. He hasn't given any of that up, but he's got so much experience knowing how to pace himself. Did you know that Ranger is the only driver in the series to have a win every year?
I didn't know that. But he's not only won in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, he's won in ARCA. He's won in K&N East. He's won in K&N West cars. He wins anytime he straps into a race car. But here, he's far from winning. Look at this gap.
Kevin Lacroix has not turned a wheel wrong yet today. He made a little bit of contact, I believe, with Ranger when he made the pass, made some contact with Tagliani, but still he's got 4 fenders on the race car, and he's run the same line lap after lap.
There's the lead he has on the Mopar Dodge of Andrew Ranger in the 27, the 18 of Alex Tagliani, still holding on with less and less power steering in that EpiPen Chevrolet, but still holding off the 03 of Eli Arsenault, whose brother is quite a talent as well, a world-class kart racer.
Does a lot of racing here at the ICAR track. They've got the 2 kart tracks, and from what I understand, quite a young talent.
Young Justin will see him in cars sooner rather than later, but problems for the Innovative Plumbing. Number 95 of Anthony Simoni off the pace, and another horrible luck race for that team.
You know, they had some mechanical issues on the car after practice. They were doing some welding in the rear suspension, and I can't imagine that hit from Patrice Brisebois before the green flag did him any favors.
Well, hopefully their luck will turn around for the rest of the season as the leader gets into lap traffic. The number 87 of Erica Thiering pulling to the outside. She's a lap down now, currently running in the 23rd position. The next race will be the one she's looking forward to this year. It's her home track at Edmonton.
And the 95 car gingerly makes his way down pit road. Spencer's there.
As Anthony Simone comes into the attention of his team, you see crew chief Jeff Wald over the wall. They're going to take a look at this number 95 car. Rough luck continues for the Simone team. They're not sure what the issue is, but they're taking a look at the rear end right now. Tough luck again, guys, for Anthony Simone.
It is heartbreaking. Not under caution. They'll have a little bit of time to take a look at it, but it won't be long before they start going down laps.
And you know there's a few teams that would have loved to have seen a yellow come out for a slow car on the racetrack. No such luck. They're going to have to do some work if they want to catch up to Kevin Lacroix in that 74.
Boy, Scott Steckley is going to see the back bumper of that 47 WeatherTech.ca Dodge in his sleep tonight. He's done nothing but look directly at it for this entire race.
Well, I almost wonder, Dave, if you have a lot more speed than the car in front of you, make the pass. If not, hang in there and wait till an opportunity later on in the Ecko Unlimited 100.
Welcome back to Circuit ICAR on the grounds of the Mirabel Airport here in Mirabel, Quebec. We're working lap 14. Kevin Lacroix, the rookie from St. Eustache, has looked anything but a rookie as he's had a commanding lead here in the fourth race of the 2015 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series.
And a battle for the fifth spot. LP Dumoulin to the inside of Clute. Now he'll be on the outside for that long sweeping right-hander, but he's definitely getting racy, looking to get into the top 5.
Dives to the inside underneath the CTL Chevrolet of Gary Clute and give the spot to the 47 of LP Dumoulin. There is the difference. Veteran versus rookie. We get to nearing the halfway point, and the veterans start to slide to the top. And here is the cross flags for the Tim Hortons halfway update. We've had 2 leaders so far, just 1 lead change. It's been a pretty quiet race at the front of the field, and so far we have gone caution-free. Hard to believe after that first turn, and the top rookie, of course, is the 74 of Kevin Lacroix.
Well, the other thing to note, Dave, this is race number 5 on the season, but it's the first sprint race we have all year. The first race where there's no pit stops, green flag drops, you've got to race right away. There's no going to visit the crew, because if you go down pit road, your day's done.
And if you remember last race at Sunset Speedway, we almost didn't have a caution. We had an early race caution, then we had a huge run of green flag laps, and a lot of the drivers were unsure as to where their cars would be. Here, they know exactly how it's going to be. They just look back in the books. Years and years of data they can rely on, find out where the cars go, if they tighten up, if they loosen up, the characteristics of the track, etc.
Well, and this gives us a great look as we watch LP into the corner. Look at all the black. That's Goodyear rubber laid down on the racetrack lap after lap, and that changes the characteristic of the track. The concrete surface eats up that rubber as it gets laid down, and it can really upset the balance of the car as Steckley gets by Clute for the 6th position.
Clute will fall back in line. Steckley wags the tail a little bit of the Canadian Tire Chevrolet as he jumps on the gas in front of the rookie. And again, Clute came into this one just 4 points back of Jason Hathaway for top spot in the points chase.
And lurking behind them, we haven't talked about him too much today, but the 36 of Alex Labbé starting to make his presence felt a little bit here in the top 10.
Take a look at the Leland ticker at the top of your screen. Find out where your favorite driver is running here this afternoon. And there is a good look at the Lou's Barbecue, number 36 of Alex Labbé.
And we're hearing there might be some conversation with Scott Fletcher, the spotter on the Gary Clute 59, saying, hey, get in behind these veterans, see what they're up to, see what the car's got. It might be a great opportunity.
Never hurts to learn. Every time you strap into a race car, you're always learning. You're learning stuff about the cars. You're learning stuff about yourself. And now he's tucked in behind a 3-time series champion with a lot of knowledge.
Well, and we mentioned Scott Fletcher as spotter. How about John Fletcher as crew chief? You want to put yourself in a good position to succeed in this series, get some great experience behind you, find some good equipment, and it all comes together with some great performances if things go the right way, Dave.
You can see that great dice there for third place. Alex Tagliani and Eli Arsenault still nose to tail as you see the field come filtering through. There is the 47 WeatherTech Dodge of LP Dumoulin. Now Scott Steckley has been able to distance himself a little bit from the 59 of Gary Clute. And here comes Labbé. Another young lion hungry for a race win.
Oh, smoke out of the 0-3 of Arsenault.
Big smoke. That just started immediately, and look at it. It's a cloud of smoke from the back of the Ecko Unlimited 0-3.
Definitely coming out of the back of the race car. So far, he's still hard on the throttle. That looks like that's coming straight out the rear end, Dave.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming from the hub area of that Dodge Challenger, and Arsenault has been told now he's headed for the pits.
what a horrible streak. He has not finished one of these races at his track yet. Spencer is on pit road.
Eli Arsenault's number 03 coast to a stop here amidst a plume of smoke. Heavy smoke coming out of this car. He was looking to just come in and finish this event for the first time. Shown so much speed this weekend, guys. This one's a heartbreaker for the hometown boy, Eli Arsenault.
Yeah, you can see no hurry to the crew. They know their day is done. There's no fixing to this one. Again, no caution as the jack goes underneath, and they'll take a look at it, but it's pretty much to fix it, to roll it onto the trailer here today. Hard day for Eli Arsenault.
And it's never the speed. The speed is always there in that 03. It's the reliability to get him to the end.
And now look at the gaps among the top three. We got fire now underneath the 03 car as it's the rear end that's leaking, and gear oil has caught fire. A hot incident here on pit lane, but the crew quick with the fire extinguishers. They'll let it down, get it all buckled up. So no caution on the racetrack. That's the important part. We stay under green.
Nice job by the safety crews to be right on the scene there.
Kevin Lacroix, still your race leader in the 74. He's ahead of Andrew Ranger and Tagliani with 18 laps in the books. Kevin Lacroix, the Excellence Chrysler, number 74, looking very comfortable at the front of this field. His first laps led in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, and he's opened up a sizable gap on the defending race champion in Andrew Ranger, but he's continuing at the front here at Circuit ICAR.
And Alex Labbé has caught Gary Clute in the 59. What a battle for the 6th spot. Clute looks to be getting a handful out there. The car's starting to go away, and Labbé looks to the inside.
Yeah, Labbé is coming on. Clute seems to be falling off just a little bit. A Dodge versus Chevy battle, and it looks like the Lou's Barbecue Challenger will duck to the inside, a drag race to the next turn. And Clute will have the inside, but Labbé's got momentum. He'll take the spot.
That was an impressive pass, that long, sweeping right-hand turn. I wasn't sure whether the inside or the outside would get the advantage, but Labbé takes the 6th spot. Gary Clute back to 7th.
I would have thought this track, we talked about it racing a lot like a big go-kart track. I thought this track would race a lot more to the liking of Gary Clute in the 59. He did so well at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, but this is going back to his karting roots.
Well, to throw some credit his way, right behind him is the winningest driver in the history of the Grand Prix of Trois-Rivières. He's still doing pretty good out there to be in the top 10. I mean, this competition is unparalleled.
Good point on board, your points leader. Started 19th. He hasn't made much distance. Jason Hathaway currently running in the 15th position. And we're just over 2/3 done here at Circuit ICAR in the Ecko Unlimited 100. So he's got to get on his horse.
And this is a great battle. It's been developing for a few laps. Matthew Scadell in the 56 has been working on veteran Kerry Mix in the 02. He lost a bit of ground, and that allowed everybody behind him to close in. But down pit side, we've got Spencer Lewis with a very disappointed driver.
Guys, Eli Arsenault out of the car here on pit road. Obviously dejected. Eli, I know the strategy was just to finish the event. What happened to the number 03 car?
I can't tell it right now. They're working on the car. It's a shame. We had a good race following tag, cruising around, waiting for yellow or to push at the end. It's a very disappointing result because we were on front all weekend, but better luck in Three River.
Another incredibly tough break for the 03 team that showed so much speed this weekend.
And he'll be back, and he'll be strong at Trois-Rivières. Don't get me wrong, that team has a lot of fight left in them.
You know what, it just goes to show you preparation and competitiveness and a little bit of racing luck. You need all of those things to kind of shake them up together, Dave, and hopefully it comes out with a good run. It just didn't work out for Arsenault today.
Sometimes racing luck you need a little bit more of than anything else. As Andrew Ranger looks quite comfortable behind the wheel of the Mopar Dodge, but he needs just a little bit more speed to catch the number 74 of Kevin Lacroix. Again, a huge gap between first and second, even bigger if you look back to third place, which is manned by Alex Tagliani in the EpiPen Chevy.
Well, now is the time, Dave. With a few cars having fallen out of the race, every car that leaves the track, there's less chance of a caution. So now Ranger's got to know, if he's going to close in on the 74, he's got to turn up the wick now. A few tenths of a second a lap, he can get there. If you wait too long, it's just too big a mountain to climb.
We've been setting up for a dash to the finish. Does Andrew Ranger have enough left in the tank? We're soon to find out. Welcome back to Circuit ICAR, and it's a rookie who is putting on a clinic, a name that nobody thought would be where he is at this present moment. The 74 of Kevin Lacroix leading the 27 of Andrew Ranger. 24 laps down, just 6 to go here in the Ecko Unlimited 100.
And that lead has shrunk just a little bit, not much, but you can see Ranger close in a little bit. Here's another battle that's closing in. Scott Steckley, he's been chasing the WeatherTech 47 all day long.
And they both get a little crossways coming off that turn as they get hard on the brakes here into turn number 1, a battle for 4th spot. Currently, Alex Tagliani in the EpiPen number 18 all by himself, but look at this dice. 5 cars all covered by a blanket just outside the top 10, all chasing the Leland Johnsonville 02 of Kerry Mix.
And look at our points leader. He's passed a couple of race cars. He's 3rd in that little mix. Matthew Scannell looking to the inside of Mixie again. No, Mixie closes the door.
Young Matthew Scannell tried to stick it in there, but couldn't quite get it done. Wasn't quite deep enough. As Kerry Mix, the veteran, slams the door. We'll have another look. This happened just moments ago. It's the CBRT number 87 of Erica Thiering, and that's classic wheel hop.
She got in pretty hot there. No caution came out. She got the car going once again, but she found the limit.
Now, when you downshift a little bit too quickly, the back tires start to hop. You lose traction, and around you go. No caution. As you mentioned, the 87 currently in 21st. 2 laps down, but rejoins the back of the field. And here comes Marc-Antoine Cameron, the Graffoy number 99 Chevrolet.
Cameron on the inside, then on the outside.
Ooh, a little cutting corners for the 59 of Gary Clute, but he did not pick up a position or advance his position, so that's okay.
He did the right thing there. A wise move by Gary Clute, and Marc-Antoine Cameron 1 spot higher.
One driver who's trying to chase down the leader and close the gap is the 27 of Andrew Ranger. Let's head pit side where Spencer is standing by with his crew chief. Spencer?
Thanks, guys. Billy, this is typically go time for Andrew. Does he have anything left for the leader?
I think so. We've been just kind of saving our tires and just trying to ride around, but kind of hoping on a caution, maybe, get back some track position. But I think we got something for him.
A late race caution could make things interesting, guys, but Andrew Ranger's team remains confident no matter what.
You can see Andrew Ranger is pushing that car now. He's driving a lot more aggressively than he was in the early going.
There's nobody in the series better at driving over the edge than Andrew Ranger.
Here's that battle for 4th spot. Scott Steckley in the Canadian Tire Dodge chasing the WeatherTech.ca number 47 of LP Dumoulin.
And LP Dumoulin has had the lead in that battle all day long, but Scott Steckley's been so close. I wondered earlier if he was biding his time. Now we're going to find out, Dave.
You see Steckley working the wheel as he slides it off the corner once again. Now Lacroix getting a little bit loose. And there goes Andrew Ranger again. That gap shrinks just a little bit more. And the driver of the Uniselect number 74, very comfortable in his seat. The visor is up as he works the wheel, heading back onto the main straightaway, getting into the closing laps here at ICAR. 2.5 laps left here in the Ecko Unlimited 100 from Circuit ICAR in Mirabel, Quebec, just outside of Montreal. Kevin Lacroix is your race leader. Andrew Ranger running in 2nd, and those two will settle it amongst themselves. Alex Tagliani is a little bit too far back unless these two start tangling in the late going.
Oh, I love that camera angle.
Great speed shot here on the flat airport runways in Mirabel, Quebec.
And Andrew Ranger closing that gap. Oh, I love watching this driver. The things he can do behind the wheel. If Kevin Lacroix is glancing into his mirror, it's got to be getting into his head that 27 is on his way.
But did he wait too long? Not many laps remain, but look at this battle now, and look who is in front of that little dice. It is your points leader coming into this one, the 3 Fast Eddie Racewear of Jason Hathaway.
Wow, and Kerry Mix almost missed that corner. Pushed way up out of the groove. Scannell goes by. Joey McComb gets by. Now JF Dumoulin looking for racing room. He'll glance to the outside.
Oh, in contact now between the 02 of Kerry Mix and the 04 of JF Dumoulin and the Belmar Dodge Challenger. They settle it and stay straight, so we stay green. As the leader, Kevin Lacroix, now the 27 of Andrew Ranger within striking distance. He is getting closer with each lap.
The finishes we've seen where Ranger had to close a big gap. We saw it at Montreal with Jason Bowles. We saw it at Trois-Rivières with Kerry Mix. We've seen him do it. And Kevin Lacroix, like I said, if I'm him, I want to put something over top of the mirror and just hit my marks for the rest of this race.
Simon Dionvier in the number 37, currently in the 17th position. He'll be hearing from his spotter. The leaders are coming. You want to keep an eye on your mirror right now as he'll try and hit his marks, but stay out of the way as the leaders head by. But you mentioned 2 races and 2 racetracks. You mentioned Montreal, you mentioned Trois-Rivières. There are big braking zones there, easily gobbling up ground as we see the white flag. One more lap to go here at Circuit ICAR. We don't have the benefit of those big braking zones here.
3 things, Dave. There's a few big braking zones. It's Andrew Ranger driving the 27, and we've got lap traffic.
And we've got a finish to decide this as Ranger now on the radar of the 74, the youngster, Kevin Lacroix. Can he hold on?
It's all about this lap car, where he catches the 37 machine and how smoothly he's able to go around.
He teases the throttle out of the corners. Watch his eyes. Is he checking the mirror?
It's hard to tell from that angle. His head's up just a little bit too high. I'm watching where he's catching up with this lap car. Hopefully he's timing it right.
There's a cone on the track that's out of the racing line. No caution as the leaders manage to maneuver around it. Kevin Lacroix has caught the lap car of Simon Dionvier, and he's caught him, and it's going to be after the braking zone, so that's a bad place to catch him.
Not a good spot to catch him, and he's still behind him, Dave.
Oh, this is going to allow Ranger and the Mopar Dodge to catch up. The lap car slams the door on the leader.
And there I was watching his eyes. Look at Ranger. Here comes Andrew Ranger in the 27. Lacroix finally getting around the Dionvier number 37.
You know he's sweating. His heart is beating inside that race car. He's got a lap car now between him and the 27 of Andrew Ranger.
Just a couple corners to go, Dave.
And Kevin Lacroix will work through the final quarter onto the main straightaway. He will win his first NASCAR Canadian Tire Series race. Ranger will follow him home in second as the crew celebrates.
His dad, Sylvain Lacroix, Robert Bosisio, Chantal Lamontagne. What a day for these boys.
Oh, there'll be a party in the pits as Kevin Lacroix already looking for a good spot to do donuts, and this will do just fine.
And officials are on the radio right now saying, no, we don't do the donuts yet. The field's got to finish, then you can start your celebration.
You can almost see the smile on the face. We'll see it when we go to Victory Lane. And this was the scene moments ago as 26-year-old Kevin Lacroix from Saint-Eustache, Quebec celebrated his first NASCAR win with another burnout.
He's definitely burning up the Goodyear rubber as he makes his way towards Victory Lane.
In just his second career NASCAR Canadian Tire Series start, Kevin Lacroix puts on a show here at Circuit ICAR. Huge win for the number 74 team. We're going to get in here and grab a word with our very happy winner. Kevin, you wasted very little time at getting to the front of the field, and from there, you were off to the races. How much of a pleasure was this car to drive this afternoon?
I was just too excited. You know, they told me to go past people if I was able, but to wait like 15 laps, I wasn't able to wait. I just can't wait to go to first place, and it was hard to manage the tires, but you know, I was looking at Andrew behind, and it was so much pleasure. Just, you know, we were just having fun over the mic, and you know, they were saying like, Joe, go slower. I said, I'm boring now. So it was just so much fun today.
There was no holding him back here this afternoon, guys. Kevin Lacroix, the number 74 in Victory Lane at Circuit ICAR.
And nothing boring about that run at all as we take a look at the final results in the top 20. LP Dumoulin coming ahead of Scott Stackley. LeBay with a good run. And how about Gary Clute, 8th? DJ Kennington, Jeff Lapsevich rounding at the top 10.
Cameron and Clute right together. A couple of the rookies. Jason Hathaway made his way up to 11th. That's an 8-position gain from where he started.
And now let's send it back down trackside. Tanya is standing by with your second place finisher.
Thanks, guys. Andrew, you gained, but didn't have enough lap to join Kevin. How was it?
Oh, exactly. Very happy to where I finished. You know, it's a second good place, you know. So, no, I tried to catch him at the end and missed maybe a 1 lap or 2. But when I catch traffic, I was very happy. I catch him a lot, and Anyway, it's second place for us. Very happy about it, and we gained points, and it's good for the championship. So we are ready for Edmonton now. So.
Edmonton, a place where he has won. And you remember, off the top of the show, he said, I just want to gain points, and that's what he did.
It was a good points day. And Hathaway, what can you say about him? With 11th spot finish, good enough to maintain that lead. Maybe only by 1 point, but it's still the points lead.
Podium finishers Andrew Ranger and Alex Tagliani having a bit of a conversation post-race. Alex, you posted fast time yesterday. You end up on the podium here this afternoon. Are you pleased with the number 18 car this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm very pleased for the boys. I mean, great job, the 22 racing team, the EpiPen CGI Royal Bell car. I mean, we didn't have a clean race. Obviously, we had some power steering issue. It was very physical race for us, and we were overheating the engine quite a bit, so we had all the fans on, and just saving it, P3, a point for the pole, a point for leading laps, and jumping in the top position in the owner's points is what we wanted. So with all the issues, it's a great job for the team that we salvaged a great weekend.
Guys, this will help Alex Tagliani's bid for the championship. As soon as he got out of the car, he flexed his arms and said, I'm happy I've been doing some extra reps in the gym. Bit of a workout behind the wheel of the 18 car here at ICAR.
All smiles for Alex Tagliani. Unfortunately, tough race for the 69 of Trevor Siebert and the Lake Excavating Chevrolet. But to the winners go the spoils as Kevin Lacroix celebrates on the top step of the podium.
And how about that? Standing between Alex Tagliani and Andrew Ranger, the victor.
And today's NASCAR race has been brought to you by Leland Industries, a proud Canadian fastener company. E3 Spark Plugs, born to burn. By Canada's best store fixtures. And by Honey Goo from Clean Flow, a honey of a lube.
Another new face in Victory Lane, Dave, and next week, the Alberta Has Energy 300 from Edmonton Raceway in Alberta.
For Adam Spencer, Tanya, and our entire team here at Fuel Media Lab, I'm Dave Bradley. Thanks very much for watching NASCAR Racing here on TSN.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.